bugging. You bugging. No, you bugging. Boom goes the dynamite. We got back. Now, if you don't take my word for it, don't look it up either. Welcome, boys and girls. Boom goes the dynamite. We got back. EggHead News. Oh, man. I got you. Man, it's hot. It's hot. EggHead News number 15. I'm Tracy Spivey. I'm your host here. I'm having a hell of a time. It's a hell of a summer. But all seriousness, back to reality. EggHead News episode number 15. I'm your host, Tracy Spivey. And we got a great show for you today. And guess that I don't even have the words to say. When we met, it was magic.
With a K?
Since then, it's still magic. And it's always going to be magic. I'm just predicting that. I'm just predicting that. But before I even get into everything and all the fun and all the news and everything, I just want to reflect and give a little monologue, no, not a little monologue, just a little word that EggHeads Entertainment, just like everyone else around the world and around the globe, is honoring and remembering the Queen. I would say to anyone, if you ever heard her voice once, you would never forget her voice for the rest of your life. And God gave us a gift, and I hope everybody cherished it. And she was the best. She was the greatest. And we can go on and on. But now, getting back to the show, EggHead News New York, episode number 15. Let me introduce this round robin of eggheads, these megalopolises. Is that a word? These megalopolises of the industry. Once again, starting off with Mr. Pablo. Say it twice, Solano.
Hey, what's up going on?
P, how we doing?
We're doing okay, I think.
How's the summer?
Summer's hot.
Summer's hot, that's right. 16 days and 90 degrees. And can we say, let's get ready, y'all. Brooklyn Bridge is in the house, baby. We found him. He was missing again, but I found him. He was Far Rockaway. Ladies and gentlemen, Freddie.
What's up?
Mahoney.
Shout out to Brooklyn. What's good?
What's going on, Fred?
Not much, man.
Is Brooklyn hot?
Oh, it's hot in Brooklyn.
Y'all getting ready for the Labor Day parade? What?
Oh, yeah.
You getting ready?
Ooh, yes. The streets
All right.
will be crowded.
Ladies and gentlemen, these guys, I would love to call them the Fantastic Four, but there's only 3 of them. But they're still fantastic.
I'll take it.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 nerds and an actor in the house with us. I give them their own introductions. They can introduce themselves to the public. You guys should already know they're practically family here. But if we can just go around now, please introduce yourself to my aunt who's watching the episode.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi, Auntie.
Hello.
Yes. Took it right over. What's up, y'all? I'm France. What's up? I'm one of the nerds.
I'm Aisha. I am the actor, I guess.
See? Mike Santana, a.k.a. Dark Slim. Happy to be here for the quinceañera of EggHead News.
Oh, we were asked to the quinceañera.
See, that's one of the best things
love
about
it.
EggHeads. We come here, we have fun. Look at those pics. Those pics are the best. I'm glad you guys are here.
So bad.
I like that one. Frank's got his own Funko Pop. I'm jealous. We're in 2 weeks after New York. I'm about to say New York. San Diego Comic-Con. And just like we had talked about in the last episode, Warner Brothers DC Films, they have a slate of films and their production is ramping up. We saw the Aquaman trailer, which I think everybody agrees looks awesome. And
I do.
Looks nice.
oh wow, here we go. There go Fred, y'all. There go Brooklyn. And just before we get into topics of the day, just the fact that they're at this stage, I thought they would never get here. I was looking at maybe a 5-year window. And Pablo, I like to go around the horn. What did you see out of San Diego Comic-Con? Are you now enthusiastic about the Warner Brothers DC films?
I am curious and hopeful for it, based on what I saw. I want DC to succeed.
Okay.
So that's all I can say about that. What they gave us at San Diego Comic-Con was certainly much better than what they've given us in movies. You know, they gave us a lot in those few minutes of trailers and stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Please stand by.
Wow.
I'm with that
Wow,
one.
Freddie just dropped the mic. Come on, Fred, give us something. What did you see? Did you like anything, Fred? Did you like anything, Fred?
Say that too, man.
Put him on the spot.
Man, I was going to say it's the Shazam trailer. You know, still I think about that one.
Okay.
That was pretty entertaining.
Okay. That's the first
know.
one for Shazam, P.
He's not sure about the Shazam.
Wow, look at Pablo's face. He look like he swallowed a cord.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the trailer to that, and you know, Aquaman. Like I said, it's
So you liked Shazam better than? Do you like the Shazam trailer better
because
than
it
Aquaman?
just looks fun. You know, it's not. It just looks fun. You know, and that's what they need. You know.
After all the dark and gloominess, they give us a
But I'm still,
smile.
yeah. You know, a little bit, a little smile. Yeah.
Mike, help Freddie out. Mike, what did you see after Comic-Con? Mike, you were here last time.
Yes.
What did you see after Comic-Con? Is there any reason to smile now, or?
I mean, the Aquaman film, they've promised that it's gonna be like standalone. So if that's the case, it was more. The trailer was more colorful than I thought.
Yeah.
You know that it would be. Yeah. Jason Momoa always looks like he's having fun no matter what he's doing.
That is true.
Yeah.
So-
he always looks like he's having fun.
Yeah,
to me.
if his charisma could carry that, we're gonna get to you.
I'm just saying.
You will get to Momoa in a second. That's to say it twice. Like it was more colorful for me. The Shazam trailer I also liked.
There you go, Freddie.
Yeah, I also liked the Shazam trailer. It looked fun. It's been described as, you know, big with superpowers.
Right.
And if that's the case, fine. And I'm seeing right there on the screen who I was really hoping to see in the Aquaman trailer, because there was rumors that they weren't gonna make him look too much like the character from the comics and the cartoons, but Black Manta.
They showed him.
For him.
They showed him in the trailer.
Yeah. But I was, you know, from the stills that they showed before, the helmet didn't look so wide. It looked like it wasn't gonna be like that. But once they showed that with the I-beam lasers, I'm like, yes. I was hyped. So we'll see. I'm cautious. I'm cautious, but I'm optimistic. I'm gonna see it. So.
Ish, how do you feel about the new slate and I guess the different management formula that maybe Warner Brothers and DC Films are trying to do? There's another aspect of it that we're going to talk about later. But from Comic-Con, from San Diego Comic-Con, it does look better, right? That's not so gloomy.
Yes, I am the most judgy out of everyone. So you can take steps up for me, but I'm still going to wait until I actually watch to the end of a movie to say whether it's good or not. So I'm the most cautious of us all. I did not go see Batman vs. Superman opening weekend because I was like, yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
3 hours of productivity. Sorry.
It is true they're getting better because when you go, you see Wonder Woman, you're like, oh, that's an actual story from beginning to end. Awesome. And then you see these other movies that the trailers itself are showing you there's a story to. Before it was just like, this is the most exciting trailer ever. This is going to be a good movie, but you didn't actually know why. And then when you saw the movie, it wasn't a good movie. So It seems like the trailers themselves are telling us a story, which means there's an actual story in there.
Right.
So I am excited about that.
France, I want to throw you a curveball also in there. Is this the path to universe building?
No.
Wow.
These are about to be movies.
Okay.
Movies. I was like, a prerequisite for universe building is a united narrative.
Okay.
And we have not seen one yet. Doesn't mean they won't make one or that it hasn't happened, but nothing about what I've seen, like there's no connection I can suss out between Aquaman and Shazam right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
And that's fine.
And that's cool, because then they can surprise us, like 2008 Iron Man did, when Nick Fury walked out the shadows and we were like, what? Like, it was a genuine surprise.
Yes.
And that's what gave us all the intrigue and started off the Feige bomb.
Yep.
It's true.
All right, well, you know, one of the things that came out of San Diego Comic-Con that no one even knew, no one even thought or even speculated, about last week Warner Brothers announced that they're actually looking to start production on a Supergirl film. Now, I know this would throw, and I knew this threw a lot of people into a loop. Because they said, wait a minute, is this Supergirl on the WB? On the CW? Oh, I see some grimace faces over there on that other side of the panel. I don't even have to look. Pablo, what does this mean? Supergirl movie and Supergirl on the CW.
I mean, all I keep thinking about for me, when I heard the news, I'm like, you know what I want? I want a Batman.
Let's
drive it home
Let's stick
until
to
it
the topic, sir.
happens.
He's gonna
Stick to the topic, sir.
I am. And this is the comparison that I'm making. You can do Superman on TV and in the films. Now you're doing Supergirl on TV and in the films. You're doing Flash on TV, and you're taking all of Batman's villains with you.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, who's this guy gonna fight? Metroplex? You know? Come on. So my thing is like, I think it's just a money grab for me personally. I think it's just a money grab. If they want to do something different and they want to appeal to the female fan base. And
Yeah, that's what I was going to
that's
say.
what
Probably,
it's paying
after the success of Wonder Woman, and you have 4 other female leads that is coming out, and I don't see anything wrong with it, really, to tell you the truth. I actually will look forward to seeing I would like to see Helen Slater play the role.
You want Helen Slater to come back and play Supergirl for real?
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm only kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Mike, I want to throw Mike a curveball. Mike, someone said it to me twice. Isn't this confusing?
If we talking DC, like, we're already,
It's all pretty confusing. They're doing Suicide Squad too. It's confusing.
You gotta kind of put that already in the sandwich before you take a bite when we talking about DC stuff. Yeah, it's a little confusing. That being said, just like there was a lot of fan outcry for the casting of Flash, folks wanted to get
Grant
Gustin for it because he's doing a pretty good job portraying the character on TV. There's going to be some fan outcry for this casting too because arguably Benoist? Is that the last name?
Melissa Benoist, yeah.
Right.
She's even more beloved than...
Right, she's very beloved.
Yeah, and she's doing a great job on that show. So it's like, you're going to recast. Could be confusing for the casual fan, but then again, some of these heroes... they're gonna bring people to the theater, regardless.
They're not gonna, and they're gonna, and just like what they did with Flash, they're not gonna use the actor in the TV series in the movie.
I don't get why, but
it's to Mike's point.
I understand.
There's already a guy or gal doing a great job
right
portraying that character.
Right.
Now you're gonna give me somebody that may not do as good a job. Like, for me, Flash was whack. Ezra Miller was whack.
It's whack for me too.
Ezra Miller was whack.
But Pablo, is that the writing?
I wasn't feeling it.
It was him.
I was talking to you, Hulk Hogan.
You saw how he was running, man? Nah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, he was
That ain't Flash. That's somebody.
he was speed skating.
Man,
Man from Atlantis.
you're gonna
Way too much shoulder. In
you're
that.
gonna have me on the floor by the end of the show, man.
Made no sense. How you tripping? You running at light speed on stairs? Anyway.
He's like,
When he hit the 3-point stance, I was like, oh. But you can't run like that. That's not running. That's not a-
He's just a different guy, They made him very quirky. I feel like he tried to embody that.
Oh, Corky. Oh.
The TV
It's the
shows
two
are
Supergirls.
strength. Why not
Build
on that?
Build on right.
If
Build
your
on the
TV
TV
shows
show,
are
right?
one of the strongest things that you have going for you, why not flex your muscle and put them on the big screen? Something
Take
that
that chance.
Marvel has
Yeah.
been unwilling to do.
Yeah.
If he wanted to be
With
different,
their
he had the
Netflix.
opportunity to do
That's
something.
it.
So do it.
would've jumped
Right,
ahead
because that's something Marvel hasn't done. Right, exactly.
jumped
Do
hella
it.
far.
And
I don't want to hear that.
but what's the reason why?
That's the thing. They don't have.
Why
It's like they don't have a
Why
plan.
don't they do
They
it?
get scheduling. They say the scheduling.
No. You do a TV show. I think you can make the schedule for the movie
They
that
do
you're
it.
gonna
They
be
do it with
in.
DC does it with their animated stuff all the
the
time. They
time.
did it
Why
with
does it
Teen
make
Titans
sense?
Go Now. They put that on the damn movie.
It seems like there's
So-
a hard company line where they're like, we are not mixing these universes.
Yeah.
There's something about preserving the separation of the universe that they think works in their favor. It ain't working.
It's not
Well, it's
working.
the same as like with Marvel. They're like, are any of the Netflix characters gonna make it to the movies? And they're like, nah.
Well, I heard there's news that Marvel Television, because of the new Fox deal, has filed an injunction to get away from Pull Meta. If they get away from Pull Meta, Marvel TV will fall under Marvel Studios, and maybe it'll be one happy house again.
Yo.
That's what the deal is.
I just want to see John Berthel running through some clips on the big screen.
Imagine that.
The thing is, the fans are not even asking for much. Like the scene in Infinity War where Peter is his puberty and his hands go up and right there.
Like a best friend.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta save the world. Just show me one scene on the block with one of the defenders. It could have been any one of them.
Yeah.
Sipping coffee and just looking up. I'm like,
Yep.
oh, that's it. That's all I needed.
And
Oh,
everyone in
they're
that theater would go,
okay.
and everyone in that theater would
Maybe
just
it's that.
lose it.
That's all I needed.
Maybe
lose
it's
it.
that DC is afraid of having to keep up appearances. So if you make it so that the same people everyone loves in the TV shows are also in the movie, they now have to keep that running, and they don't have a good track record. So maybe they're like, let me go clean slate. We're just gonna hire someone else, and our movies and our TVs will be different. We don't have to really keep up with anybody's expectations.
I think it's like what Frank said. They're
lowballers
keeping
way
the
to do it.
universes separate.
What was that, Tracy?
It's like what Frank said. They're keeping the universes separate. Greg Berlanti is handling the TV, and DC Films are doing the movies. And you're right. As Mike had said, casual fans, they will probably get confused. 2 Flashes, 1 Aquaman, 1 Wonder Woman, 2 Supermen,
2 Jokers
3 Jokers.
Two Jokers.
in the movies,
No,
though, not
no,
on TV.
No, Anna Jerome
And
running around on Gotham.
and
Can't
Pablo,
say he's Joker.
Pablo, right now, there is no Batman.
Right.
If they don't rectify that, it's a rat for them.
No,
Yeah.
Batman.
Pablo, there's no Batman right now.
No, there isn't.
There's a
No.
Bruce Wayne. There's a Wayne Tower. There's a Dark Knight that's mentioned. But you can't
was that
say
mentioned,
Batman
Dark Knight?
gets. They said the Dark Knight once. I think on like Arrow maybe or something like that.
Oh,
They
really?
said that term, but you can't hit Joker. They don't say Joker. And they don't say Batman. Now you can say
Tell you,
Batwoman.
I feel like they're just scared. They're like scared on all fronts. Like, let's
Yeah.
just not
don't
do
know.
it.
Against Bleak
No,
Now.
I don't know.
More
They ain't
so-
scared.
They're like protecting their moneymaker. They don't want to involve them. They don't want to make little money on like Batman. They want to make as much as they possibly can. So you put them in the series, they don't want to take that chance to put them in the series and it'd be whack, and then I can't put them in the movies.
It's like I said one time on one of our podcasts.
They've
I was
done
like,
it.
the way that they treat Batman is like if the Harlem Globetrotter cartoon that came out way back when, doing everything except playing basketball.
Supergirl.
Watching that,
Solving.
watching Gotham, so that you could eventually see that little kid put on the cape and cowl.
Nah.
You were watching that for that
not
reason.
Star
Yeah, that
Wars.
was-
They're
you're
not
watching-
going
yeah.
that far.
You're watching
That was like a
Arrow.
bait and switch.
Yeah,
That was like a
Arrow
bait
is
and
like
switch.
on the highway, passing by the exit to Gotham, and you're like, yo, take a right, take a right. He's like, it's like, come on, like they keep teasing us with the, what are you doing? Like, I understand they want to protect the property. That's the money maker. That will always be bank. But why keep doing this? Like they're losing fans.
Yeah, and
All right.
then every
So
time
the
frustrating the fan
question
base.
that we wanted to ask Zack Snyder. At the end of the day,
Oh my God.
did his initial movie pitch
Man, between
actually hoodwink the WB into thinking he was building a universe? Pablo started off.
oh my goodness,
Did he hoodwink them?
I don't know what the
I
conversation
didn't-
was. He hoodwinked, or WB hoodwinked all of us into thinking that they were universe.
Oh, I don't want to be subpoenaed. Wait. Don't all of us yet.
Sir.
I mean, we can honestly say that we thought we were getting a DC Universe. I thought we were getting that, but I was immediately, once Ben Affleck was casted, I was like, this is not. And they wanted to make him 40 years old, and I was like, no, this is not. I already knew it was.
Unless we're like going through time.
I already knew Flashpoint. I already knew
Oh,
that it was going nowhere, and I'm like, I'll see it just because I wanted to see this, and I was disappointed each and every time.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of talking about Zack Snyder.
Are you sick and tired?
Sick and tired.
Zack and tired?
Zack and tired.
Man, they looked at Zack Snyder movie 300 and Day of the Dead, and they said, you know what? We'll give you this, man. Take it.
Fred, did they know that he only wanted to do a 5-picture arc, kill off some of the major characters in each one of these characters' property IP?
Jimmy.
Did Warner Brothers know this? Warner Brothers saying, no, we didn't. Zack Snyder saying, oh, I planned on killing everybody. And then I was making my 5 movies, and then I was gone.
Oh, my word.
You know Jimmy Olsen was in the film, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
for
my
like
God.
2 minutes, and then he got shot in the
He got
face.
shot right.
Know it until the credits.
Superman
Right.
saved everybody.
Except Jimmy.
No, I'm sorry.
he
Everybody died.
Everybody
Except for
died.
Yeah, except Lois.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I can't accuse Zack Snyder of hoodwinking anybody. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say that even if he had a plan, it wasn't executed well enough for folks to care, well enough for it to be a recognizable continuity between 5 movies in the arc. So, it was a piss poor job. The fact that their slate has been like kind of hidden now, and they're focusing on the films that have already been far into production with Aquaman and Shazam. It's like I don't know. They should stop worrying about trying to build stuff together and just make, like Francis was saying earlier, just make individual great strong films on their own.
Yeah.
And let audiences fall in love with the characters as individuals, and then maybe down the line find some way to bring them together. Some reason.
Even plant the little seeds just in case they want to do a payoff.
But they don't know how to just plant the little seed. Pablo, they're so ham-fisted. They don't plant the seed. They just dump the silo.
Like more water? You put more water on it?
I don't understand.
How does it grow?
Push the
Right.
silo on the Kent farm over.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't care who gets caught underneath.
I don't understand. Go ahead.
I feel like Zack Snyder, as a director, he's an artist. Great. He's a filmmaker. Fantastic. He has a stamp. He has a signature in his whole style. And he wanted to push that style so hard that the stories, everything else took a backseat to that. I was like, because you know what? Who directed the Shadow movie? I don't even remember. But you know what? I remember that movie and I watch it all the time. Because it's a
Shadow
good
knows.
story. It might not be the best movie, but I remember that shit. It's a
Shadow
good
with
story.
Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
That was good.
See, my
see?
point. That's
Good.
my point.
It's good.
When you
That was
like how
good.
much ego is involved in your filmmaking shows up in a lot of ways.
I don't know why Warner Brothers just didn't say, Zach, just direct the Man of Steel movie and we'll get other directors to, like in MCU, get other directors to direct, the other like superhero movies.
Okay.
Instead of just
Look at logic now.
yeah, I mean, maybe they should have just had him just direct the Man of Steel. Say, okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
No, he was too deep in the
Next,
pocket, though.
could have got Jackson, could have got Reeves,
I
Nolan.
think he was supposed to be the Kevin Feige or Josh Whedon guy for
But
DC.
Kevin Feige ain't the director. He's not a
No,
director.
Josh Whedon was, but they both existed, I guess, for Marvel. Josh Whedon and Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige was, but I think Zach was taking on too much, and he was the guy.
Warner Brothers let him take too much. Warner Brothers
let him
just
take-
they
let
let
him take
Warner
too
Brothers let
They
right.
didn't have anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're just a poor indie studio.
They're
Limited
small. They
resources.
have
didn't
any-
know.
All their
That's not
characters
the-
are caught up in litigation. battles.
That's obviously not the problem.
Yeah, I know.
It's let's get this money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what that
I
was.
think it's too many hands in the.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to use a
Because-
kitchen term.
I was going.
I'm sure you know more of those than I
Yeah.
do.
Well, I think it's too many
That's a shame.
cooks in the kitchen or whatever. But even if Schneider
That's what I was gonna say.
had a plan, I think that the too many cooks in the kitchen would have messed it up anyways. Because he's like, he could be like, I want to do 5 movies. But if they were all very clear to him that they're like, we want them to be connected, we want this, and then leave room for these other movies to be connected, I feel like he would have been like, okay, whatever, but I'm doing these 5 and I'm out. But they were like, or Or you could be Kevin Feige and do all of them, right? And he's like, nah. Like, I never agreed to that. So it's like, I don't know whether he was trying to sabotage more or was like the studio trying to make it into something it wasn't, like trying to fit a puzzle piece where it doesn't go.
I also heard that the studio was very heavily involved in the editing.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I see all my
editing
classes,
ruined
editing,
like
bro. What you doing?
exactly. Editing ruined like 80% of those movies. No, 100% of those movies.
It really feels like folks who were in charge of creating these stories, and then you had like people over their shoulders saying, "Nah, no, cast older, cast younger. No,
Put that there.
we'll get our own editors."
This scene makes yachts look bad.
Right. You know,
Switch scenes.
it's just there's no vision, there's no focus. It's evident in the mismatch of crap we've gotten on screen.
Well, I feel like the movies are gonna get better. It's just I don't see the plan getting clearer.
Right.
Right. But we agree, right? They focus on making good movies, and then
Everything else will
Go
work
from there.
some time.
yeah, because it's crazy they want to do a Flash movie, and they want to start with Flashpoint. You
Yo,
have to get
You gotta work
the
your
reason
way
why
up.
Flashpoint
can you
as a
imagine
story.
people who don't know the stories being like, "What's happening?
What are they time
What's
traveling
going
to?
on?"
I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's like me going into Infinity Wars, not seeing anything. I'm like,
Anything.
oh, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Right,
And being
right.
mad at the person for taking you to see this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Like,
We do
what's
laugh when
happening?
Spider-Man dies.
Right.
Last point is,
Why you hugging him?
Why you hugging him though?
Who's that? Who is he?
You tight.
Why is he
Although,
sad?
If they wanted to retcon the DCEU, the DC film universe, they could do that with Flashpoint. He runs through,
Yeah.
does a little,
Does he recast
Oh my
himself?
God.
He's
break
breakdancing.
barrier.
He's
Dance
breaking-
on the
Dash run.
the whole shit starts over with a whole
breaks
new
the
cast.
beat.
He runs
The
to
hottest
Comic-Con.
story
He runs to Comic-Con.
of the summer
Uh-huh.
has to be dong 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 dong.
Idris DJing?
That sounded good, right?
He's a DJ.
The hottest rumor
He should do
or the
his
hottest
own
speculation. Idris Elba
Don't score.
for James Bond. I grew up watching James Bond. James Bond, Ian Fleming's James Bond just molded me into a womanizing. Let me stop.
Wow. It's 2018,
I spot-
dog.
listen.
Yeah, like 2018.
Man saved the world
Can't
multiple
save the
times
world.
over.
This man had all the gadgets
He's not
backed by the
wrong,
government. Ain't that great? Backed by the government. He was Batman in real world. But how do you guys feel about Idris Elba and about the Fleming family actually allowing James Bond to not be a
Caucasian.
Caucasian British
Allowing.
agent? I don't know. I don't know.
We're gonna get
Intellectual
permission.
Well, yeah, you have to
Stories.
get permission from the Fleming family,
Fleming family,
just like
yeah.
with the Tolkien family with Lord of the Rings. That's a family-owned property
Black people
to this
Lord of the
day.
Rings now.
Who you shooting that question to?
The question was, how do we feel about Idris Elba taking the mantle of James Bond?
I'm with it.
Say this. For me, it'll be just like Black Panther was in terms of it being a historic movie.
Man, you stole my line, man.
First,
But I'm not sitting there.
hey, the same people that came out to see Black Panther, that came out to vote for Obama, are gonna come out to see.
They're like 4 more years.
Bond.
Idris
Yeah.
Elba, James Bond.
Because
Yeah.
that's almost like I would be upset if Batman being black. I would be like, what? No.
Yeah, there's certain things you don't change.
Give me,
Right.
I want a white man for that job. You know what I'm saying? James Bond, I grew up watching even the horrible ones, even
Yeah, the Roger Moore era.
Moore when he was like 80. You know, like, how is he getting chicks, yo?
Which he was 80.
Because he was old, yo. Like, damn, this dude look old, but
Silver Fox.
It's a pheromone.
hey, if Idris gets this
Drinks.
part, it is gonna be It's gonna be equivalent to Black Panther's gonna. I think it'll probably get to $1 billion.
Tracy, he stole my line.
Brooklyn Bridge?
He stole my line, man. I mean, he's right. You know, I mean, listen, for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if it were to happen, yes, I would go and see the movie. And like he said, it would probably have everyone go to the movies, and it'd probably be a blockbuster hit if he was to take on that role. You know, so
Meh.
It would. I think it would.
It'd be interesting. It's interesting. One, it would be the exact same story as Kingsman. Because the beef behind
Okay.
when it first came out that it was something people were thinking about. The Fleming family was like, he's too street. That was and they said, oh, he's too
But-
street to be James Bond. But so now if there's coming around on the other end of it, and they're saying he's too street, not he's an actor who can play anything.
Anything.
I was like, but Deacon,
That's
he's
their
too street.
job.
So I'm like, I bet. But if he did play it that way and then they ran with that idea, it'd be Kingsman. It'd be somebody off the street.
Yeah.
Now a secret agent.
But if they say he's too street, then what's his name before that? He was supposed to be the rugged James
Rugged as
Bond.
street.
Daniel Craig.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he was supposed to be the like unpolished James Bond type of thing. And you're telling me, oh, Idris Elba's too
But Daniel
street.
Craig
That doesn't
never
make
gave
sense.
off Eggsy.
Well, they hinted at it when they talked about
His past.
growing up in his past. They hinted.
They
at
hinted
it.
at it.
Yeah.
But
Showed
then
it,
we
though.
seen did it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Via Kingsman's like, so we got to actually see that happen. Shout out to Mark Millar. Crazy
But
storytelling.
not shout out to the second film. Anyway,
No, that never happened.
no.
Redacted. But so that's cool. Also, it's going to be really interesting to see a black man with license to kill, because that hasn't really been done.
Except for the Equalizer. Sorry.
He's got black books. He's off the books, doing his own little independent Jimmy, backed by the
True.
government is the thing.
True.
That never seen it before.
But I think, I mean, we've seen suave characters, African American characters have been suave, and be like, ooh, I want to be like him. But to
Be James
this level,
Bond.
Yeah.
to this level, traveling
Have
the
the
world,
Queen's
bagging all
blessing.
types of chicks. You know what I'm saying?
And Naomi Harris stay as Money Penny.
She has to stay.
She has to
yeah,
stay.
what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's what I need now.
Yeah.
Because that woman was playing Money Penny for the old. She was playing him for years.
Yeah, I've been
Off the back of a truck.
down for Idris Elba to play this ever since he was taking notes in community college.
Yes, Stringer
Okay,
Bell.
Stringer Bell. This guy could play anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play
I
anything.
didn't know he was British, bro. So
Put him,
I,
put him in
I
a
didn't.
suit.
Yeah. I didn't know either.
Put him in a suit. You know, if you've seen Luther,
Yes.
Yes,
I
yes.
think when he did
Yeah.
Luther, that's
he's
when
always
everyone was
adjusting the
thinking.
jacket.
Yeah.
You know, he's not comfortable. Whatever. Put him in the tux. He's gonna win everybody in that room. It was a card game. He's gonna win the card game. There's a girl. He's gonna steal her. It don't matter. It don't matter what you need him to do. Say the word. He got it.
The
Like,
theaters will be flooded.
and since he has a musical background, let him do his own score too.
Ooh,
Wow.
He'll be.
Why not?
I don't know.
But wait, is this real?
Playing in the movie.
This is
bars.
But is
producing the
this
movie.
real? Because this has been a rumor for a long time, and I remember they had that moment where I think, like Daniel Craig, when he was like, he literally said like "F James
Broke his
Bond."
knee.
Yeah, and he was like really upset, and then they were like, "Fine, then we'll take Idris." And it was like this big thing. Idris was like, "Nah, I wouldn't do that." And then they like met each other at an award ceremony, and they were like, "All right, Dabs." You know, it's like, is this real though? Is it gonna happen?
I'm down.
I think it'll get done. I think is one of those times. We're in one of those times that they're gonna
Thing is,
make a big change.
if you don't go with him, who you go with?
Yeah,
Tom,
he started.
Tom Hiddleston.
Spark right there.
Who you, if you don't go with him, who you go with? Like Jude Law, who you go with?
It is a
there was
perfect
an
time for a
infographic of, like,
change.
30
You're
other
right,
white
yeah.
dudes, and then it
There
just
was-
But that's what I'm saying.
They're talking about
They're not looking at. They're talking about.
against white dudes. I'm just saying, like, yo, Idris is overqualified to play this damn role.
Some people were saying that he's getting too old.
He's
He's too-
45,
Hey,
Tell that
but-
to
Roger
Tom
Moore.
Cruise.
Come on. Wait, first of all, Roger Moore. Wait, what year?
I don't agree with it. I'm down
What year
with
you're
it.
talking about with Roger Moore looking? Oh, was it 86?
I don't know, man.
The-
Go back to the last James Bond that he did, and
Right.
you're gonna see
So View to
this
a
dude.
View to a Kill. That's when he probably looked like he was on death.
Christopher
How
Walken.
old was-
73, so 73 to 85.
85. Well, I'm saying View to a
85.
Kill was, I think, the movie that had him.
Christopher Walken.
Yes, I think. Right.
He was old as hell.
Yeah, you're right. He,
Like I would. Like
no,
I
you're
ain't-
right. You're
look,
right.
look,
No,
I'm not.
no, you.
Okay, but when
Born in 1927.
when
So
Roger Moore started as James Bond, I'm like, wow, he looks like James Bond. His body was kind of, but he had the suave look.
Right.
Yeah.
your
You know what I'm
image of
saying?
James Bond
He's
is
shaking that
Right.
stirred with-
Roger Moore used to be the Saint also, so he just graduated.
Oh, yes,
Damn,
yes.
he's winning.
Wow.
Malcolm
Yeah.
actually did that shit.
He did.
Good.
That was good.
And
Like that movie.
Mentioned him a lot today.
Idris, he looks this. He can play.
I mean, he could play that role. I mean, he looks
no,
great. He looks good.
As long as
Hands
they don't make
down.
him like that he's starting off. Nah, he's already seasoned. He's already.
He has to be in great shape to play. You know.
Oh, he is in
Yeah,
great
he is.
shape. He is in great
He'll be
shape.
okay.
Can I ask a question? If he doesn't get cast as James Bond, would we be okay with him being cast as like the next villain in James Bond?
No.
After Star Trek Beyond,
No.
nah.
No, I don't want. I mean, not that we're trying to be like, no, black people can't be villains, but I feel like we've always had black people as villains. And like, I'm not saying he couldn't be a good
In a
villain.
James Bond movie?
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general.
There's been one or two.
Oh yeah, there's been one or two.
There's been one or
Yeah.
two.
One of Roger
black
Moore's, the
villains,
whole
and Roger Moore.
cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reese Jones.
Bad people.
Oh yeah.
Except for
But I
his.
feel like it would also
I
be
keep
a.
mentioning the Roger Moore ones. I think I skipped the Roger Moore one.
Oh no, Roger
know
Moore
what I
was one
mean?
of my
I'm saying.
faves. I loved Roger.
Roger Moore was great
Sean
up
Connery
until
He was.
How long
when
did
he
Sean Connery
should've
do it
retired.
into?
He did.
was-
The last time he
Sean
did.
Connery.
He can do it
Never
now.
say never
He can do it
again.
right now.
Sean
Last
Connery's the greatest.
Sean Connery.
Connery's
Sean
Even.
Connery can do it now. Let Sean Connery be the villain.
Pull a Highlander.
Okay, that okay.
Wow.
Okay,
How
Mike.
about that?
Whoa.
But give me Idris.
Okay, boys and girls, kids in New York City playing in hot summer. The big question, another hot topic that's coming in over the summer. This new Oscars category for best film pop. Listen, it sounds like a bait and switch. I think we all have our personal opinions of what this is, but we're gonna go around the horn. Pablo, the new Oscar category, because
ahead,
basically they're trying to remain relevant.
Go ahead. Frank.
Pablo and I.
I'm gonna take.
Pablo and I had this talk before the.
Don't take my answer. And then
Don't take a side.
But no,
don't take a side, Brooklyn. Look at
no.
Brooklyn.
What you was gonna say? Because
Nudging.
we
Get
did
in
agree
line,
on this
Brooklyn.
that this category that they came up with is probably based on the success of the movie Black Panther and how successful it was. And if it debuts in 2019, right? Then it's possible.
That's the next Oscar.
That's what, right? Probably in 2019, we might see Black Panther getting some kind of
I
Oscar.
would not get up and receive that award.
That's what I was saying.
Damn.
I was saying, can you imagine like
Facts.
you're Ryan Coogler and they're like best popular film? What the hell does that mean?
That is
I'm like,
equivalent.
thank you to who?
Hillary Clinton
Hillary, right.
winning the popular vote. We know she was popular. She got the most votes.
That's a
Yeah.
good analogy. Damn.
This is,
We know this already.
I'm like, send me a Nick T Choice Award.
exactly.
It should
It's gonna
be.
slime you when you get up there.
The Blockbuster Award.
Blockbuster Award.
Bring those back.
Your piece of the rock. the
Black
crack
Panther
rock.
should be in the category of Best Picture.
Honestly,
right? Not
I don't
outstanding.
care if Black Panther. Let's say Black Panther doesn't win best.
Popular film.
Yeah, let's say they don't. No, they'll win that, but they shouldn't go get.
Oh, you mean if they don't get nominated and win Best Picture?
Exactly.
That's what you mean.
I'm cool with that, but definitely cinematography. Definitely.
Screenplay. I feel like
Costume,
The
screenplay.
Give me a few of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Best. I get it. You know, superhero. You know, whatever. You don't want to. Fine, but don't insult
Yeah.
me by giving me a
popularity contest. You're literally calling it a popularity contest.
Outstanding.
She's right. It is a popularity contest.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's already a popularity contest. That's what it is. It's like whoever the Academy feels is popular and like, oh, this made my heartstrings and I agree this is best movie or whatever. If Meryl Streep is in it, best movie, whatever. But they're like, okay, we understand it's popular. This isn't the type of popular that we really like, but here, have your own category. And then we're not even going to specify what that even means. Just, I don't know. I like that movie. You like that movie. It's popular. Here you go.
But they make all this hullabaloo every year about come to the movies. Thank you for coming to the movies. You went to the movies. And they do all this revisionist going back in time, La La Land type stuff because they want people to go to the movies. People go to the movies and they don't like, but the Academy doesn't like the choice the people
People
made
go to
when they went
movies
to the
for.
movies.
Right.
I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Schmack of the face.
Yeah, it's them setting up a kiddie table, you know, for all the little, the comedies and the comic book
Right.
movies to go eat at, I'm not saying it's a bad film,
No, right.
but
It's like, what is that?
you know, so
I'm sure it was
that's what
good.
this award is. This award is to boost their ratings,
Right.
to see if they could get folks that you weren't watching it because the movies that you went to go see aren't featured, but now they are featured.
Right, look here.
Look, and the award is vibranium. Look, ooh,
Wow.
Like Toy
it's
Story.
them. They reacted after Dark Knight by expanding it to 10 films, right, for Best Picture. After Logan got the screenplay nomination, they trying to
They're like,
appease
wow, these
folks
movies
with
are
that.
out here.
But many felt it was deserving of at least a Best Picture nomination.
Right.
Okay, now they're just trying to get ahead of it because they know people are gonna make noise about Black Panther.
Yeah.
How that was a movement. It had people going to the theater who probably hadn't been to the theater for a long time.
Yeah.
And then so this is to get ahead of that.
It's like, oh, we don't want to have to choose one
Man,
of
that
those.
is-
So here, we're gonna put it in its own place. Like, then we
Wow,
don't
see,
have
she-
to.
Listen, she hit it. They gave it its own category. Here you go. Here's your Oscar. Your
Yeah.
Oscar's a
Oh,
little
shut up.
dustier than the
Matrix
other
win?
one.
That's ridiculous.
Did The Matrix win an award?
Probably for special effects.
It won for
Yeah.
John Gator won for Bullet Time, for the creation of
Yeah,
Bullet Time.
because that was all new.
I was like, but there's been, I guess I would say since then, there's been a just random upheaval. Like every once in a while, something comes along and just kind of knocks it out. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but did Lord of the Rings win Best Ensemble?
It won Best Ensemble like twice, 2 years in a row or something like that.
It's like, so
Maybe
it's
3
these,
times.
The Return of the
moments.
King won all of the Oscars the years before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The
Return of the
Fellowship
King
of the
won
Ring
so many.
and the
Yeah, Two Towers didn't get much.
That
yeah.
wasn't as good. of a
Towers
movie.
didn't.
but Best Ensemble cast, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But every once in a
Yeah,
while,
that
one
is.
of these things comes and it changes the game, but it hadn't happened in such rapid fire. It's like with Dark Knight, and there was a quiet. Then like the Hurt Locker was an unconventional drama
Hawkeye.
with a yeah,
That's where he is.
with Jeremy Renner in it, and helmed by a female director.
That's who could direct, what you call it? Supergirl.
Sure.
Uh-oh, fan cast. Fan cast.
Yeah, that's not bad. But then,
I'm sorry?
then we get Get
No,
Out,
it's true.
which is a comedy,
Which they
but it's
didn't
a
know what to
social
do with.
satire. And in the shadow of, or in the wake of hashtag Oscar So White, I like Michael's like saying they're trying to get ahead of it, but this is just bad form.
Let me ask you a
They could
question.
just do it better.
Let me ask you a question. Let me go around the horn and see. It's just one question, yes or no. And this is the question: if you're Ryan Coogler and the cast of Black Panther sitting and they announce you for popular, and you already know where I'm going with this. I see your head. You're already. Do you get up to receive that award? Franz,
Yes.
Aisha.
Since I'm an actor and I'm in the cast, I would do it if my director does it.
So you're
I would take my cues off of my director.
Mike.
I'll go up and give a speech, but I'll leave the award there.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was thinking.
You know who did that? Who did that? There wasn't an actor that did that.
Well, that's what I would do, though.
Oh, okay.
Was it Marlon Brando?
Yeah, I think so.
Marlon Brando?
No, he
Yeah,
had
but he
he had a
someone
Native
else.
American.
Oh, he gave
had
it
a
to
Native
some-
American come and accept the award,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I wouldn't show up.
I would get my
I was
fans.
gonna say,
You can have
Ryan
that.
Coogler can't have a Wakandan come and pick it up, so.
I wouldn't. I just wouldn't show up.
He get the guy from.
It would be your picture.
Yeah.
Be a satellite.
On Freddie's behalf.
But you know, Pablo, your question and Freddie, I talk to the other two heads here. Does that help the movement going forward, or are you just saying, listen, it's pandering? We should be in the same block as the
Yes,
regular
you
film.
we should not be in a separate category. You know, if it was a great movie, and you think it was a great movie, yes, you should be put in for Best Picture. Or if the director, directed a great movie, yes, the best director, not, outstanding popularity. Come on. Really?
So
That's
you're
an insult.
saying it's a
That really is
participation.
that is an insult, man. Come
It's a
on.
participation.
You know what I want to see them do? You know what I want
Yeah,
to see them do?
right.
To hold them accountable. You know what's going to bring some fans in there and have them by the neck? Is what you do. You tell them, all right, put your votes in. Cool. You got to explain your rationale for the vote. And we're going to randomly select your rationale and read that on air. We're going to read that.
Awkward.
So that way,
Right.
oh, you didn't nominate Black Panther? Okay, cool. I want to hear why you voted
Why
for
you-
this movie about
Mamma Mia.
coffee shop relationship.
You better be careful, Freddie.
People in
Don't talk
Seattle
about
can
Mamma
relate
Mia.
to.
Actually,
Don't
No,
talk about
wait.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Tell
So
you.
Mamma Mia
Mamma
too.
Mia's gonna get all the awards.
Mamma Mia, don't mess with
Mamma Mia,
I'm
here's
serious.
popular one. There,
I'm
for
over
you.
here.
You can have that.
Over here watching Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise risk his life in his rib cage to save the world from nuclear bombs. And
Popular.
then people watching Mamma Mia yawning. And this movie's affecting my life. This movie's good. This movie's impacting me. It's entertaining me. This movie's whatever. Come on, really?
But my thing is, what is even the
Tired of that.
what's the reasoning for it? So like
That's what I
popular.
wanna hear.
But that's something.
The
Is it
rationale.
like, oh, everybody went to this movie? You know, is it box office numbers? What makes a movie
What's the criteria?
popular?
They,
Yeah, like
they left that really vague.
yeah.
The best that they could do is, I think I brought this up before in conversation. Like, the best they could do to save face, but it's not good enough anyway. Is the popular what consists of the pool of popular category nominees would be the films that didn't get enough votes to be considered best picture, but like barely missed the cut for that. And that's where that will come from. But then
Which
still,
is
even
still
the
an
name,
insult.
It's
It's
still
still an insult. It's a second place.
Oh, yeah.
in the spirit of Aretha Franklin, who lived through segregation, and then was able to sing at Obama's inauguration.
Yep.
Separate is not equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
There you go.
There you go. Right.
Wow. All right, boys and girls. Batwoman. Oh, no, that's another theme music.
King of all segues.
Natural woman.
Batwoman, CW. As I said before, I think me and Mike had a conversation about this. Batwoman, very quickly, 1950 character added to the Batman family back at a time period when Batman was doing Space Batman, Sea Creature Batman, Magic Batman. It was a thing.
Magic Batman?
Yeah, he used to have a big top hat. But anyway, this was in 1950. This when Batman wasn't selling well. This is before Neil Adams and the guys came along and brought Batman back to his detective roots and detective origin. But anyway, get back to Batwoman. Okay. If you make a big thing out of it, I guess it will be. I have no problems with it. All I'm saying is Batwoman in the DC Comics was an Earth 2 character, but I guess Greg Berlanti, and we're talking about DC television, he's fishing, and he grabbed Batwoman. Why, Pablo? Because he is not allowed to grab Batman.
Yeah.
Which is doing for me as a disservice to you laughing, but go ahead. Go ahead. 'Cause you know how I feel about it. I talk about it almost at every show. It could be
Yo,
a Batman show.
he don't give a damn
Not
about that
allowed
woman.
to touch
You
Batman.
understand we're about to get a zombie Martha and Thomas Wayne on TV before Batman?
Yeah.
Understand that's where we headed?
And a
But
Walking
Pablo,
Dead
how do you
crossover.
Life
feel
of the
about
Waynes.
Batwoman? Yay,
It'll
nay.
be a freaking Dallas type of show.
Listen,
How do you feel about Batwoman?
Batwoman, what they've been doing in the comics over the last couple years, you
Yeah.
know, with the Bat family, she's
Yeah.
an essential part of that. In the comics, she's well defined as a character representing the LGBTQ community, as a lesbian. She's a character that a lot of folks have gravitated to. She's had, strong standalone storylines of her own. If you can't get Batman, and you don't want to get Barbara, because you don't want to deal with that.
Why can't we get
You
Barbara?
get-
Because Barbara, the way Barbara gets paralyzed,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
it involves another character they can't mention,
Right.
the Joker. And so if you don't want to go that route, then
I'll say this.
Fair.
Batwoman.
It's fair enough.
I don't mind that they do this show, whatever. I don't mind if they do all these shows and Batman as long as you pay homage to him and his presence has to be felt. You can't be Batman just to be.
they're gonna be in the
Batwoman.
Bat Cave. He's just not gonna
Batwoman
be
is
there.
gonna be in the Bat cave.
They're gonna be in the boardroom.
Mike said she's
he-
using the
He's just not
house.
gonna be there.
She's using the house.
He's
but,
on-
but Bruce don't live here.
But you want his name mentioned.
Oh yeah,
He's taking
His
an
name
international
Never
trip.
mentioned.
I mean,
He's taking a trip.
He's taking a trip. He's got
always
stuff
on
to
his
do.
absconded with some Russian dancers.
You know what? But
Ballerinas.
that's sort of thing. You see what you just said right there. He's in the back. They're in the back cave. But Batman is not around. He's doing something.
You
else.
just missed him.
I'll watch it just to see what the
How they do that.
If the connection,
the connection,
connection.
It's the Globetrotter show without basketball. That's it.
If they wanted,
how do
they'd
you feel
have to
about
like get
Batwoman
rid of Batman.
being in the being in
have
the Arrowverse? She'll be congregating with Arrow and all of his Mr. Terrific and all the rest of those characters. How you feel about Batwoman?
I have actually really not much feeling at all about Batwoman.
Well, how do you feel about Arrow? Most people say Arrow should have been canceled 2 years ago.
I think it's 2 years. I agree on that. Yeah, but yeah,
Legion of
2 years ago.
Superheroes should not be on TV.
Yeah, Legion of Superhero. Oh man,
Is it tomorrow? You mean?
Oh, Legends tomorrow, right?
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
not.
you scared me. I was like, there's a Legion?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not.
I'll watch that.
Mike, a Batwoman on Arrow and then her own series. How do you feel?
I mean, like I said, I think in terms of representation, I think it's cool to have that character there. But, you know, this is as close as they're going to get. We're not getting Batman, so.
Yeah.
You did not?
Wait, we're not gonna get Batman ever, or just no time
I
soon?
mean, I
say
say
ever.
never, but not
maybe
anytime
Not,
soon.
not anytime.
5
He
years
showed
from
up
now.
on Gotham.
Yeah.
No.
So that's it.
Freddy,
I
then
feel like-
Blank, boom.
They don't
France.
know how to write
Okay.
Batman.
they don't know how to write Batman.
Yeah, on TV, they don't know how to write. I mean, at all, but
I don't know.
I'm
they don't know how to
I
write
don't-
Batman on TV.
I don't
I don't know how to feel. How do I feel about it? I'm not hyped. I'm not close to
Definitely
hyped.
not.
Okay.
Like Mike
okay.
said, representation, fire. But I was like, but Batwoman is supposed to be capable of holding hand in hand with Batman. Like she's really supposed to be a high level in the Bat family on some. I came in the fourth quarter, but I'm dropping 40. Like she could do that, and on some real talk, like as an actor, I don't know if Ruby Rose can do that. And then why is she being in the Arrowverse? That's dumb.
Because
Like the
Arrow
viewer.
is TV's Batman.
That's like LeBron
Pablo?
playing in the D League. It don't make no sense.
That is true. That is
Arrow
true.
is TV's Batman.
Yeah. But I want to.
We can try to deny
You
it.
mean?
Yeah, I want to ask Aisha this. Why do you think there's such a backlash towards the person that they casted for? Why?
there's.
All the hate.
I don't think there's a reason for any of the hate. The hate itself is just unwarranted. And it's just for people to be really upset about the thing that they wish they could have had. And for some reason, I'm upset about that.
What do they wish they could have had?
They want to cast whoever they want to cast. It's like Twitter and Instagram thinks that they're the best casting agents out there, and they don't think that
yeah.
whoever you've casted is the right one.
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, and then a lot of people we were talking about before are thinking that like, oh, Ruby Rose, she's not lesbian enough, she's not queer enough, and you're like, those things aren't real. There's not enough of any of those
She's not
things.
Jewish.
She is right. Yeah, there's like
Character's Jewish.
they're always gonna pick something that's like, oh, this isn't what I want. Why did you make your own decision? Like they're a
Hair's
part
not
of the
red.
movie like business. You're not. You're here to watch the movie that we casted. My take is this, and all of that aside, lesbian enough, which is not a thing. I myself don't know if Ruby Rose has the acting chops.
Thank you.
To play the character.
you.
Okay.
And being a nice person, which I'm not usually, I I give her the benefit of the doubt to surprise me. If she can get out there, whatever her training regimen is, because you know it's gonna be like a year of her trying to get buff and all that.
Tell her to work with Stephen Amell.
Whatever she's got to do, I think she should work as hard as she can to prove everyone wrong. That's what she really needs to do. Because everything aside about like representation, I'm about it. Yeah, of course, representation. That's what we're all trying to do. More ladies, more everything. Which is why I think they did Batwoman. Ladies are hot right now. Anything that has to do with a woman, let's do it. Let's do Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Let's do more
Supergirl.
Wonder Woman. Let's do Batwoman. Like everyone's like, oh, why is it got to be a man first? And then it's
right.
like, whatever. Let's just do the woman first then.
Cat table.
Right.
All right.
Maybe on the social media, you eggheads mentioned the fact that the next crossover is going to be like a little smaller scale, or somebody mentioned that. I don't know, maybe one of you. That the
will
next CW crossover is going to be a little smaller scale. Because I don't need like Flash and Friends, Arrow and Friends.
Yeah, and then all the friends.
You know,
Super
You
friend.
have to watch this episode if you want to know what happens next on any other
just give
episode.
me like I love Cisco. I don't need Cisco. Just give me Flash. Yeah, Arrow, Supergirl, real quick, right here. Come here. Don't bring none of your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just y'all three. We good. And Constantine, because I love him.
Yeah.
So just tell me real quick, real quick.
I love Constantine. He's cool.
Yeah.
Just real quick. We're gonna go meet Cassandra King, and y'all gonna say hello, and then oh no, you gonna have to fight a bad guy. Crossover done. We're good. Go back home. You know,
Crossovers are their version of the connected universe.
But they go too far. They bring in like
bring in
your best friend, and your best friend,
right, they bring
and your
everybody.
ex-girl, and your ex-girl,
and then like Earth 4 version.
They try to Avengers, movie.
The great thing is they don't seem to be bothering Black Lightning. Black Lightning will have a season 2.
Yeah, that's true.
They're not bothering him.
You gotta upgrade
by
that
throwing
suit.
anybody.
Yeah,
in
that
there.
suit he does have to
That
upgrade.
suit, I feel like I could buy that suit at Dick's. With a couple of like some gear. I think I could.
Yeah, that
Some of
costume's
those
crazy.
night lights.
He has superpowers and
Light it up.
he's fighting like a regular dude would, like
Yeah, like
Yo, he's punching them in the chest.
light when he hit him.
Yeah.
Lightning.
He's punching them in the chest, and like jewels are coming out of electricity. And the dude is wearing nothing but a tank top.
Yeah.
And a Jesus piece to conduct the electricity. And the dude's just getting up like, damn, bro, you hit hard. No, you should be in
You're
cardiac
dead.
arrest. You should be dead. What are you doing?
Wow.
Like, they need to step that up. It's a suit.
Right. Hey guys, we're almost running out of time here, but we're gonna talk about the. I don't even know what you want to call it. I got nothing to say. I just think that this is the remains of Marvel Studios. Getting Spider-Man, and then the producers over at Sony keeping the other Spider-Man characters and making a mockery. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Venom coming out in a couple of weeks. I don't even know what you call this. Let's go around home. Pablo, Venom, not made by Marvel Studios, Spider-Man property. What do you think about this stuff?
I think Sony is very, very confident that this movie is going to do well. And like we were speaking before the show, that they're dying to have a universe of their own.
Yeah.
I think many studios are dying to have a universe of their own. They're just trying to find that
Billions of
character.
dollars.
Yeah, if they do it well.
If they do it right.
They're banking on Venom. They're already casting for Craven and all these other people.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if Venom does well and they want to cross over to the MCU, they want to do some collaborative thing. But if Venom, I want it to fail. I do want it to fail because I don't want them to have those characters. I want Marvel to have their pieces back. That's
You want them to have tried and then it didn't work and they're like, all right, guys, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, they have them. Go ahead, do what you got to do. If it's dope, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be hating on them. I don't want them to do
Don't
well.
you
But
diss
if they,
Tom Hardy.
no,
And the popular Oscar goes to
Oh yeah,
Tom Hardy with dogs.
right.
receiving the award, Tom Hardy.
so yeah, if Venom does well and they want to play nice with Marvel, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make something happen. But we'll see. I'm at a wait and see sort of stage right now to see what happens.
Brooklyn Bridge, Sony Spideyverse.
He looks a lot better than the Venom and Spider-Man 3.
See it again.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
You would expect it to be though.
Yeah, it's kind of expected. He's supposed to be. But what do you think about Sony Spideyverse? All the characters that they seemingly won't let Marvel Studios play with, and as Pablo always pointed out, Craven is a big one, but I guess we won't get him. And then we also have Jared Leto playing Morbius the Vampire. There's another one going.
What?
I don't know about Green Goblin, and I don't know about Harry Osborn.
Wait,
But
isn't
they
he-
starting off
This
with
is
Venom.
this is their Sinister Six that they're trying to still develop,
I think, yeah, basically.
Possibly.
right?
Yeah. They're building towards that. I guess.
Going towards that. And this is a PG-13, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to sell tickets.
Just in case.
No, not necessarily sell tickets. They want to,
No.
because they don't want to. If it's a Venom rated R, they don't want to
Oh, yeah.
mix
Mess up the-
with Spider-Man
Right.
PG-13.
PG, right.
They don't want to mix those
Right,
two
they can't come together.
ratings. So
I mean, yeah, because Venom is not putting people in tickle fights. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
We can off-panel
Right.
stuff.
But
Yeah, like, I mean, to answer the question, Sony, they've been trying to push a Sinister Six scenario for a long time, even from the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man
right, from
films.
the Amazing
They
Spider-Man,
were trying
right?
to lay the groundwork, and there was rumors that they wanted to do a Sinister Six film. The interesting part for me is that they're willing to do movies from like villains' perspectives, and I think that that's something that Marvel should have done a while ago. And hopefully they do that with characters like Doom and stuff that are now back in the fold. But I don't want the movie to necessarily fail, even though I want Marvel to have the characters as well. I'd rather, even if it's naive, I'd rather the movie do well enough that Marvel's like, all right, we'll play with you, and then they kind of move it like that. Because if it fails again, Venom appearing on screen,
Yeah,
see
you're
them in a
gonna
while.
lose them.
Yeah, so that's the thing. If they fail with Venom again, it's gonna be a hot minute before you see a hot minute in Brooklyn. Okay, there you go. It's gonna be a hot minute before you see Venom again.
I love Venom.
I'd rather it work well enough. I don't need it to make $1 billion. Work well enough. That Marvel be like, okay, we'll play.
Well, right.
That's what I want.
Okay.
Yes.
You got
Was
something?
that me? Oh, I agree completely. I think Venom, to me, even when I was a kid, I always watched like the animated show, that he was one of the most complex villains because it was a villain but not a villain at the same time. It was like a symbiotic being that would take over someone and turn them. And I thought that was the most interesting thing. And so for them to fail so terribly and just make it some kind of weird emo character the first time, if they
about Topher
failed,
Grace.
Tobey Maguire.
Oh, well, but Topher
Yeah,
Grace was
Topher
Topher
Grace.
Grace.
Yeah, exactly.
Looking back at Tobey Maguire, he looked whack.
So whack. See, but you see, if they fail again, it's like, oh, y'all are never gonna be able to do it. Like, you're never gonna be able to get it right. Also, Tom Hardy can do no wrong. So if they make this movie bad, I'm gonna cry for years. You can't do that to my Tom Hardy.
We have a Tom Hardy fan, ladies and gentlemen.
I am a Tom fan in general. So Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland, and Tom Hardy.
See?
All the Toms, they can do no wrong in my book.
He's a fan of Tom's.
Trent, what about this Sony version?
Hanks.
What do you think about the Sony version? I just think, my opinion, Sony Japan should just let Marvel Studios run all of the cinematic universe for Spider-Man. But I know Avi Arad and Tom Molchik won't let everything go because I guess they have contracts. But now we have a split Spider-Man house. But I just didn't even want them to make movies. I know that's dream wishing, but what do you think about this stuff? I really don't want to see Sony made Spidey stuff. I really don't.
I don't. I mean, I'll keep it really real. Marvel has been feeding Avi Arad's family since I was a teenager.
Yep.
Like all the OG cartoons had his name on. I was like, this cartoon only lasted one season though. There's a connection here.
Look how bad these movies are.
I mean, Marvel's going so far as to name this universe Sony's Marvel Characters universe, the SMCU, which is too close to a mad different things that they don't want to be synonymous with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that said, they're trying really hard. I don't really care about what Sony is trying to do. If Venom lands, it's going for a horror feel.
Okay.
So they've already made the plus move of adapting Marvel, or probably in conjunction with Marvel, being like, oh, let's pick a genre. So this sci-fi horror, great. Tom Hardy, awesome. Michelle Williams, brilliant. Riz Ahmed, multi-talented. He's in there and he's the villain.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson in the building.
Meant
Like,
to be in it.
they're
So
really,
it can't be bad, guys.
and they're bringing in the although they can't pronounce symbiote properly. Some bio. What are you doing? But also they added Jenny Slate to the mix. I'm like, there's a lot of great talent there. They're bringing in the lore of symbiotes,
That's what I like.
which if we take a cue from the comic books, they spent the last year or so building up to this. Sony and Marvel aren't dumb. These things are done typically to do, like, there was a resurgent Guardians, then there was a Guardians movie. The comics are now feeding the pipeline. It's now working itself circularly. I think Sony could pull this off. I think Marvel's giving them the proper support to pull it off. Now we gotta see what happens.
Exactly.
Right.
When does it come out?
October.
October.
3 weeks, September 7th. My B day. My B days.
October.
Venom.
I know in October.
Oh, what comes out September 7th? Something comes
Iron
out.
Fist,
Iron
season
Fist.
2.
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of, what a segue. What a segue.
Wow.
I got you, Trey.
There it is.
You barely sleep when you are home.
His face is cold.
His face is cold.
How you gonna leave
How
a
many times
pothole
a night
after
you
this,
light
though?
that fist up?
It's a chi blast. Oh wait, no, there is a dent in this.
Yeah.
Trying to keep the peace.
Just trying to keep the peace.
How come they never fight in the Bronx?
What am I supposed to do?
This is my city. They
Come to
can,
my block.
but
Come
they
see
can
me.
they can keep it. That's their city. Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan, they can have it.
There's no Bronx heroes, Harley.
But there's a Bronx villain, Taskmaster. Bring him out.
Let's get it. Shoot the fair one on 149.
Trying to do what's right. I didn't expect to see you.
I was saying this is what happens when you move to New York. You're like, I'm so happy. And then he's like, this freaking city.
Yeah, he turned into Batman.
They're taking that one fist glow too literal.
That's what I'm saying. If they do overkill on it,
How much B-roll is there of him looking at his hand? Like, slow-mo.
Every 10 seconds.
Although the
Like both fists.
I like the OG
He's not
mask.
ready for both fists, okay? He can't even do martial arts.
I mean, are they gonna introduce the Thunderer? Was good. I want to see.
I want to see the other,
I want to see all the Kunlun homies.
Yes.
Now you okay?
All the other realms.
Yes. I want to see Fat Tiger.
Cobra.
I like this guy.
Fat Cobra, right?
He's the best.
The Iron
Because
Fist.
they fought
That was
before
one of
in
them.
season 1, right?
Yes, they did.
That was the best part. Like, none of those episodes were good, and I saw that part. And I was like, this is nice.
Yo, Simone Mystic is my personal Jesus, and she better be in the gym. And I want to see her mollywop
I want to
somebody
see her,
with that arm.
yeah, I want to see her do more with the arm.
Meant to be.
History doesn't decide what happens next.
Really though.
Took off the grill of that truck.
We do.
You're punching tables.
He doesn't deserve
You saw him
trap
break
music.
that wall.
He ain't trapping.
Date night.
there's gonna definitely be a lot of fighting.
Go to the restaurant, ordering the menu though. Like,
Oh, well, what a
He did in
segue
Luke
into my
Cage,
birthday. Pablo, let's go around the horn and let's get some reaction.
Well, I'm looking forward to it because of the disastrous
There's only thing to do is look forward.
season.
what a cool ball so every time he speaks. It's always
Good.
It was rather hard. I watched it just because I felt like I had to watch it.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and I saw it. I'm like, oh, damn. You know, this one I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So am I.
Hopefully, it does well.
So am I.
What's the matter, Freddie? You got a cold? What happened?
Period.
You like something? What happened?
I was looking forward to Iron Fist season 1 a lot more. That was the
Yeah.
most hyped series for me.
Yeah. Yep.
Knowing the lore of the character, I was hoping that he would come in and bust ass. That wasn't the case. The actor was getting outshined by like
He came in and
Colleen,
rubbed people.
by
Everybody.
And then that was one of those shows that I really wish I didn't pay attention to, like entertainment news and stuff, because then I found out like the dude that played the drunken fighter
He was supposed
they were
to be-
they were considering him to be Iron Fist, and I was like, why not?
It was
He's so much
good.
better.
But they needed the white guy thing.
Yeah, I guess. So with that being said, I'm gonna see this. I'm gonna binge it. The trailer looks good, but I'm treating it like not on a DC movie level skepticism. But he really has to prove to me
Yeah, you're right.
he is the immortal weapon,
You're right,
and
you're
he
right.
needs to look competent with his fists and feet and chi and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This
He
season.
can't look like regular folk.
No.
Yeah.
Handle your business.
But I don't know if I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, I'm the most judgy. But because he also like failed twice. It wasn't just Iron Fist, it was also the Defenders.
Yeah.
Him and the Defenders was not, it was like all centered around him and it was not good.
No.
So I'm like, can I look forward to this? We're like really deep in a hole here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to watch it because that's my job.
You gotta like.
I have to watch it.
Netflix popular
You
film.
gotta Kill
Yeah,
Bill
but, like,
punch his way out of
I
that
need to
grave.
see the work that he did. I need to like show me the work, and then I'll be like, all right, your answer is correct.
Yo, so it's not just 2, it's 3 strikes.
Oh
Because
really?
there's the first one, but then there's that little bit of time he showed up in Luke
Cage.
Cage.
You count that?
Whoa,
You count that?
no, man, and Luke Cage.
It was, oh my God, it was better.
Yeah.
And then the tag team fight scene with the Wu-Tang popping in the background
That was okay.
was the closest we've ever gotten. But still, I was like,
You have to make a friendship. It's
2 of them fighting wild henchmen. I'm like,
Wow, Hinge.
wild henchmen. I'm like, never would have happened. They would have did that little hand jammy in the beginning and like, okay, cool. Now where's the dragon?
Yeah, yeah.
Where's
Right.
this madness?
Right.
With a boss.
Right.
Oh my God! But the synergy looked cool. Oh, what's homie's name? I forgot his name all of a sudden. What's
guy?
his name again?
Danny Rand?
Oh, that.
No, the actor.
The
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
Jones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finn Jones is looking more natural, and definitely he gave me more Iron Fist, but he still got to outshadow that season 1 BS madness.
Season 1 was.
Michigas.
Hard.
It was bad.
Yeah, because Davos is looking like a problem. Colleen putting in the work.
It's
They-
true. It
they
doesn't look like a bad show.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, how the
There's
hell
other
did you
stuff.
kill that dragon?
Did you?
Did you
You
even
have a gun?
Because everybody else
The dragon had already been fighting a lot of people before, and then it
Was
was
tired?
already tired. When,
was it tired?
Now the Floyd Mayweather was doing the shell defense.
Come on, show me you earned that.
For real.
Yo, what Tracy? What do you think?
Well, it looks better than the first one.
Use
We
onomatopoeia.
all can agree to that.
Oh, shit.
As long as they developed his character, as long as he looked good in Luke Cage.
He did.
His character looked better in Luke Cage.
did look
And
better.
if that's the path,
Yeah.
then okay. But if his character's developed, that's great. If his existing story about the two brother and sister that took over the family business and now they're
right.
out for
I hope
revenge.
it's great
and
for that. I hope
is
they're
there
over
Madame
that.
Gao? Is Madame Gao still around?
I don't even know.
That's a good question.
Well,
Can't die.
Yeah.
Last time we saw
Yeah,
she
what-
booked it. I don't know what's.
Defenders, right?
Did she fly
Yeah,
away?
did she? Did she?
Yeah, Madame Gao was never killed.
Yeah, I know.
No.
but
Right, she wasn't.
booked it, and then I don't know. All I'm saying, next time I see the hand,
Oh,
I don't need no story.
God,
Just
none.
Yeah.
100 ninjas, let's go. That's it. I don't need
That's
no more
it.
story.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
And maybe they need
understand
another.
the hands,
They need
all
another
fingers.
villain than just the hand. That's a little tired
Yeah,
now.
no,
Because the hand
Wolverine
started
in
from
there.
Daredevil.
Wolverine, Daredevil, Iron Fist in the hand. That whole situation is.
That will
At least they
never
didn't put
happen.
they didn't
just
put the
got
hand in the Punisher. Thank God.
They're not putting them in Netflix.
No. But, we'll see September 7th.
Yeah.
Sounding good.
Yep.
It's so
All right,
soon.
boys and girls, looking at the clock on the wall, it looks like the engineer is sleeping. It's time for us to wrap this up. I'm going to say, Pablo, let's go around the horn. Any last words, anything to reach out there for my aunt that's watching?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you guys are notified when we have something new for you guys. Your support keeps us going. We're gonna do it anyway because we like to do it.
Hey.
We want you guys to comment. We want you guys to engage. We try to engage as much as we possibly can. And that's about it.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. This is great. I love being the actor. And check out Two Nerds. We have ours. We actually have our own YouTube URL now. It's just youtube.com/Two Nerds and an Actor. Woo! 2 the number.
Okay.
Check it out. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
All right.
As soon as we
like-
get our studio up,
To the Terror
My
Dome.
apartment.
That's what- yeah.
It's pretty much my apartment.
invite you to the couch.
Plenty pops there in my apartment.
Yeah,
but
I'd
they're
like to
all
give a
unboxed.
shout out to the Pops.
is fact.
They hung
Thank
in
you for not
there with
falling
us.
over.
They
Or
felt like
Diana,
1,000
Corpus
times before the
Glaive.
show.
Yeah. Anyone who's watching, is this Luke Cage? Right there.
Comment, yes.
Yeah, let me know.
I'm gonna go with a fade.
Can't see.
Yeah, awesome to be here. Love being here. Feel honored to be here, and there's so much to talk about, so much to do.
All right.
And I'm excited for. I love being able to talk about it. I'm also excited that the next generation of creators are getting to watch this much stuff.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a Dark
Yeah.
Knight's Metal movie 10 years from now?
And people of color too.
trying to get that 2 years from now.
We're
What do you
out
mean?
there.
I'm trying to get on that Tom Cruise regimen, stay young as long as I possibly can.
To go clear to
You have to. You're gonna have to run a lot.
Yeah, you got to run.
I'm getting
Yeah,
Black
they're
Panther
doing a
3
lot.
ready. You're gonna see me in Black Panther 3. I'm gonna get to the gym.
I got my Peloton bike.
But not like that.
Peloton.
Oh, my God, man.
breakdance
Man from
around.
Atlantis on the sidewalk.
I had a good time doing this show, and of course, doing it without guests. Two Nerds and an Actor. It's always fun. I look forward to doing it again with Pablo and Tracy. And I'm ready to head back to Brooklyn.
You looking forward to what? Aquaman?
What?
What you looking forward to? Aquaman?
words in my
Come on, man. Stop that right now.
Edit it so you say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What we
that
doing,
you
Mike?
said. Honor to be here again. Always fun with you guys. Representing Two Nerds and an Actor, and hopefully we enlightened you, entertained you,
Are you not entertained?
not?
I'll put that in.
Just right back
it in
behind me,
post.
right
Yeah,
here.
it's a good time to be a nerd. A lot of stuff to talk about
Yeah.
and discuss. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, we had a good time once again. We'll be back as soon as we can. And once again, I'd like to thank everyone that's here. Always a pleasure. Always fun. This is natural. People think, no, this is not scripted. This is natural. Always fun. And as we always say on EggHeads, go to the movies.